them know that we are the American Indians. Copper color Indians, baby. African Americans here, but they recently moved here from places like Kenya, Ethiopia, Zambia, Zimbabwe, and Zaire. But now the brother whose family's lived in this country for generations, occupying space in all the locations, New York, Miami, LA, Detroit, Chicago, even if he's wearing a dashiki and sporting an afro. And if you go to Africa in search of your race, you'll find out quick, you're not an African American. You're just a black American in Africa taking up space. Why you keep trying to attach yourself to a continent where even if you got the chance to go and you went, most people that wouldn't even claim you as one of them, as a purebred daughter or son of them. Your heritage is right here now, no matter what you call yourself or what you say.
Woo! Hey, it's so many lies, so many lies. Hey, it's so many lies, so many lies. Yo, it's so many, hey, it's so many, yo, it's so many, yo, it's so many lies. Look in my eyes, they know I'm the truth. They know that. Knocking them down every time I step in the booth. We ain't gotta lie, they know we the vibe, we living in proof. It's young, conscious, shoot my life a movie, I live in a spoof. Ain't no sticking around, I'm on the move, I'm checking the dudes. Yeah, it's only us two, so you know we copping that coupe. We on the roof, smoking dope, look at the view. Yeah, we used to chill on the stoop, now we out here breaking the news. It ain't what you really could do, cause we ain't got nothing to lose. We ain't switched side with no cruise, we just stayed out of the loop. Now we out here letting it loose, every shot we took it was swoosh. Gotta get it, ain't no excuse, ain't left to prove. Hey, yeah, hey, there's so many lies, so many lies. Hey, there's so many lies, so many lies. Yo, there's so many, hey, there's so many, yo, there's so many. Yeah, ask them a real question, yeah, I bet it's all lies. Hey, they won't cross that line for a fact that's offsides. Hey, too much penalties when they run this back, yeah, it's fines. Hey, could've been here with us, but we do not force no vibes. Hey, she gon' ride the whip and let me park it in the driveway. They just want the praise like they Yahweh. Getting so much bread, get a ride way. We done already won, yeah, that's worth the ride way. But they still lying right through their teeth, and they still hiding behind many truths. They was D9, watch my every move, tell them keep fine. Leave that shit on scene, I ain't replying. Less I know you, that don't mean I'm Hollywood. That just mean I'm Hollywood. All y'all, I probably stood on the falls, all cause. More times I probably should. I don't know nobody like us. You see how much time it took? Yeah, hey, there's so many lies, so many lies, so many lies. Hey, there's so many lies, so many lies, so many, it's so many, hey, it's so many, yo, it's so many. Hey, it's too many lies, hey. Yeah, ISO, Indies, Diamond. ISO, Diamond. Hey, it's so many lies, so many lies. Hey, it's so many lies, so many lies.
Time's been moving slowly, so we already in too deep. Can't get no sleep on each other, heavy teasing all day, and when the sun sets, you asking me to come through, kick it with you. Night turn to morning dew, then you feel it rushing and lose control. You don't wanna go slow, for sure. We both already know your place is my place now. My place is your place, let's face it. Baby, you know all the places. My place is your place. My place. Just face it. No one knows my places like you do. Your places like I do. My place. key through the lock, we in our own zone. Make yourself at home, get to know mine on the inside. We can meet at yours next time. In you, feel it freshening. Lose control. You don't wanna go slow.
Hey, y'all.
For sure, we both already know your place is my place. Now my place is your place. Let's face it, baby. You know all the places. My place is your place. Your place is my place. Just face it. No one knows my place is like
Is that music too loud now, y'all? Hey, could you? Hey, Lady Moon, George, Bad Saint, could y'all still hear the music? You still could you still hear the music? Is it too loud? Okay. Oh, okay. So I wanted to get into a few things, and most of it damn, 1,675 people. Well, where they ass is at? You know, Twitter is lit right now. Twitter is lit, and that's a fact. Twitter is lit, so it's cool. A lot of politicians straight like that. I already know it because of the way they acting in Congress right now. Y'all hear the two sisters in Congress arguing, right? And I forgot her name, but she told the sister that she couldn't read because if she fixed her damn eyelashes. They starting to act like us, how we act on YouTube, but they're bringing the behaviors to Congress because ain't nobody paying Congress no mind right now because everybody's tired of them lying. So now the men and the women are starting to act and behave like we behave on YouTube. They're taking it during debates in Congress. And I'm like, wow, really? But that's cool because they see that they're trying to get that urban community. So they're ranking on each other during debates, okay, in Congress. I seen it. And I'm like, okay, I get the drift. You know, calling each other names and stuff during congressional debates. And they're trying to pull that brown audience, them Indians. They're trying to pull them urban Indians in to get interest. And it's not working. It's not. And it's the Democrats doing this. They're trying to get the urban vote because they don't have a hold on the Democrats, the Indian Democrats, like they used to. Like, I believe the last draw was with Obama, psyched all of the urban Indians out. So once that would, I think that was the last draw for a lot of Indian Democrats, urban Indian Democrats. And they see that and they feel it. And a lot of our people are either not voting, but for the most part, they are supporting Trump. And that's true. I see a huge difference in former urban Indian Democrats that look like me that are leaving the Democratic Party and gearing towards Trump just because. And they don't really care who wins, but for the most part, they're gearing towards Trump. It's real sad. The statement that Joe made at the college, ain't nobody paying that shit no mind because so many years is going by, and it's enough is enough. And I, you know what I see What's troubling to me is all our tax dollars, lots of it. It's continuously. It's been ongoing. It's like all of our tax dollars are going to support European countries. Billions and billions of our tax dollars are going to support European countries. And we've been here and always been here and are from here. And we work as a people, whether we're the poor class, working class, middle class. We work, and our money is being taken out for taxes. And it's not being applied to our people. Because, see, we don't have countries to send money to help. Because this is our country. So we don't benefit from tax dollars like other countries do. Where are we going to send the money to? Africa's not our country. So my tax dollars, I have no, and I'm keeping it a buck. We're not from Africa. So what happens? What about the Indians that are here? We Indians, this is our country, and it's not, our tax dollars are not being applied to us. And I don't think either president gives a two-bit shit. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Now, I don't have a problem. I think we all, as a people, urban Indians, okay, we need to do something that we haven't done before. And we never supported the Republican Party. And I think, what the hell? We might as well give them a chance. We're not creating a party for ourselves. So the less of the two evils. Keep it a buck. When Trump was in office, the gas prices was down and there were booming businesses. A lot of people were able to establish businesses. But as soon as the Democrats came in, they shut everything down and they literally made the middle class, they brought them down. It's like the middle class do not exist. It's now rich or poor. This is what they've done to us. And this is what we have been suffering. No colors. It doesn't fucking matter. If you were a middle class individual, you're now just poor working class. So they did it to all of us. And that's bad. Really, really bad. So if it's for purposes of allowing us to start our own businesses again, like we did in the Trump administration, I say, we as Democrats, we were born and told we were Democrats because we were poor Indians in the urban community. So now they've had so much control over our minds all our lives. The Democrats, I feel strongly that we should give the Republicans a chance. You can give it a chance. Once Republicans get in control, I don't think they're going to think and say, well, it took us a long time to get the brown vote, meaning us urban Indians. And maybe we should do something so we don't lose the vote. And maybe we should do something, for the Indian urban community. We should help them so that we're not just one-term Republican government. The problem is all our tax dollars are being sent over to foreign countries to help them. And nothing's being done here to help us. I would like to see the Republican Party bring back the middle class. And, that's what I would like to see them do. Bring back the middle class, because the Democrats have shot us down terribly. There's literally poor and rich now, and it's so bad. I see what's going on in Haiti, and the most interesting thing is, why is it, and this shit is mind-boggling to me, in the news media, why is it that Jimmy Barbecue in Haiti is deemed as a gangster who is taking over Haiti? And when you look in the Middle East, they're deemed as leaders of terrorist organizations. Why do they have the better title? Why does the brown guy got to be the gangster, but the Europeans are leaders of terrorist organization? They have the better title. I mean, literally. I mean, you have a brown man who wants more done for his people in his country. And because the leaders that were in power were not helping them, so he, being a former police officer, stepped down because he could not take watching his people suffer. And he's a police officer exercising that type of behavior against his people. And after a while, that shit hit you. It hit different when you see your people suffering based on politics. So he steps away from his very powerful position as a police officer and became a leader of his people and demanding a seat at the table to make decisions when it comes to the laws and things going on in their country, which is Haiti. But they're the bad guy because they want to see change in their country. But over what's going on in the Middle East is not deemed, they have the better title. They're leaders of terrorist organizations. Okay. There's something wrong with this picture here. Why does the brown guy have the lower level title? He's the gangster. The brown guy is the gangster. But over there, they're leaders. Okay? Causing horrible harm as well. Okay? I don't get it. And this is all throughout the media. And I question that. And I'm like, they took over their country. Okay. And it's kind of crazy because now they're sending troops, supposedly send troops from Barbados and the British Islands that are around. They sent people over there to help out, cool out some of the gangs. Let me see. Hang on. Let me look this up because I don't want to misquote. Okay, so they're saying that Barbados has pledged personnel to the United Nations Security Council's foreign security mission to Haiti. So the Barbados, like the surrounding British islands, are sending soldiers over to help dwindle down the gangs in Haiti. Okay. So I'm like, okay, so people from the other British countries are going to help out, stop the gangs, and supposedly from Kenya, which I think Haiti is just going, I don't know what they're going to do, but it's crazy right now. And to see this happen and their country is wild to me. I mean, I'm not calling anyone bad that wants justice and fairness in their country. I'm not going to look at anybody because they want help in their country and they want to be a part of the political process in their country. And they're doing and they seem to be doing what they need to do to get attention and justice in their country. I don't know how I'm supposed to feel about that, but if I'm reading the stories and seeing what they want, and it's all about wanting justice and fairness and a seat in political decisions that's being made in their country, okay, their country of origination. And then I go and read about what's going on in the Middle East, and I'm like, Haiti wasn't invaded. From what I'm hearing, they kicked the original invaders out. They asked them to leave. But in the Middle East, there seems to have been an invasion. I don't know, but it's war going on. It's war going on in both places. So, I mean, they're sending money over to the Middle East, right? Our tax dollars. Now, there are thousands of Haitian citizens that work, that's paying taxes, but the United States is not sending any money over to Haiti. So I'm trying to make this make some fucking sense. That's all. I'm trying to see what's going on here. Why is it that the Haitians here and are not getting money sent to their country? They stop everything and all fairness, but yet over in the Middle East they're sending them money. I don't think that's fair. I think that's wrong. I think it's wrong. And I think it's wrong that they have power over our tax dollars in the United States because they're not doing anything for us. So if they're not doing anything for the original Indians that's here, the urban ones that were pushed off their lands, crimes to humanity, then maybe we should, suggest that they stop taking taxes out of our paychecks because we're not benefiting from it. So if we're not benefiting from it, the United States government should stop taxing us. You're not sending. Why are you sending our tax dollars over to help your countries and where you originate from, all the European countries? And yet we're from here. We're citizens. We was here when you got here, and we were always been there. And we're from this soil. And you take money out of our paychecks and don't help us, allow us to help ourselves. You give it to the Christian churches. Everybody's fleeing from the churches, obviously, okay, because the churches are only helping their own. All right. They're not helping in the manner in which they should. You're giving all our money to the nonprofit churches. All right. You're giving all our fucking money, tax dollars, to the churches and saying, go to our leaders. They're not our leaders. I don't go to anybody's church. And I'm not looking for a handout, but they're not doing what they're supposed to do to help our community. And you're giving them all these grants. All right. United States is giving all these churches all these grants, but they're not building anything in our fucking community. And when they do build up the hood, they put up these little cardboard townhouses that'll blow when the first wind comes. These cardboard ass raggedy houses. And pastor lives out in the suburbs with a whole bunch of white people. And his kids are being raised with a whole bunch of white kids getting the best education. Meanwhile, everybody in the church can't pay their fucking light bill, gas bill. Okay. But pastor lives somewhere nice and his congregation lives in fucked up areas, and it's just messed up. So I'm like, so why? I really think our big fight should be to stop them from taxing us, because we are Indian, not taxed. That the Constitution speaks about. The Asian Mongoloids are not the Indians, not taxed. That the Constitution speaks about. And as a people, as being the urban Indians, okay, that remained and didn't go to Oklahoma when we were threatened to leave our homes to go to Oklahoma, we decided we wanted to stay. And if we did stay, they ended up burning us out, chasing us out, and pushing us to the hoods. All right. Still changed our name, changed our identities. Okay. And we should be fighting civilly with Congress, our politicians, and when we go to our employers, stop them from taking taxes out our checks. That's what we should be doing. We should be doing that. That is something civil to do. We should be contacting our employers and tell them no longer to take out federal and state taxes, because Indian not fucking taxed. That's what we really should be doing. Because my mother, I'm Generation X, all right? They ain't did shit for Generation X. They ain't did nothing for the boomer generation. And every time they talk on the news media about our history, it starts with Martin Luther King and Harriet Tubman. And I'm like, this is some bullshit. Why every time you're on the news media, okay, Fox News, Brian Kilmeade, and I called them the three dopies, the seven doors on Fox News. Yes, I'm Republican, but his ass need to go. And the chick on there too. Every time the news media talks about, Martin Luther King didn't look, Martin Luther King is gone. They go back to Martin Luther King and refer to him. Okay. I don't know. Is that the last Indian that stood for us? Martin Luther King? Because it's like that's the only brown historical person that they could talk about that promoted mainstream white society for his people. And I'm tired of that. Okay. Martin Luther King was murdered in 1968. I was 2 years old. Never met him. Okay. And I'm not knocking him or his family, but I'm fucking tired every time on the news. Well, Martin Luther King, excuse me. I don't even know Martin Luther King's speech by heart. All I know is we shall overcome. And we have not. All right. We have not. This government is sending our tax dollars to other countries. And we should really be fighting it. Seriously. Now, I think and believe Martin Luther King was probably one of the greatest pastors in United States history. I can honestly say that. And I believe, he really was. From a personal point, there's nobody perfect. I'm not saying he was a perfect man, but he is, from what I've learned about him in history, is one of the greatest pastors and probably the last greatest pastor in United States history. Okay, but I'm not for the indoctrination, and I'm glad that I was born and raised not to be psychologically indoctrinated into Christianity. It never worked with me. It never worked with my energy. And just because I'm not a Christian doesn't mean I'm a bad person, because all an individual needs to really do is to just be humble. And you don't have to be a Christian to be humble. You don't have to be a Muslim to be humble. That's just something naturally you can do. You can either be humble or you could be evil. And I don't need to be sitting in nobody's church to tell me to be humble. I get that from my parents. That comes from parents raising you to be humble. It's very hard, and they don't understand. See, what they don't understand is their politics. Their politics. We have to deal with their politics. and impose them on our people, and knowing the consequences of policies that impacts a people negatively hurts, because they put you to do it. And if you don't do it, then you're not part of the team. And that's wrong. I always ask myself, if you can impose and do such evil to people, I mean, do they die for their evil? Do they die? Do they die? Do they disappear for just doing evil? The world we live in is very corrupt. Now, I'm only speaking for my community. I'm not talking about other communities, because I know that in every race that's on this earth, there's hunger and there's war and there's harm and there's evil. I know that. I truly do. But I'm just narrowing myself to my community, because I grew up and I watched our community suffer. I'm not saying other communities haven't suffered, but I'm speaking for what I see in my community. Our men have always had a strike against them. They can't get good jobs, even if they have a criminal background. Just because you're a drug dealer doesn't mean that you're going to rape somebody's kid. And that's a fact. Just because you have a past life of probably being in a gang and in a shootout and probably a person who sold drugs, that doesn't mean they're going to rape you. So they all get categorized in the same thing. Niggas don't get chances. And if they do, it's just bad. They can't open up their own business. If they do, it fails. And it's bad. So, I mean, we protest as a people. So many generations. The Martin Luther King walks, the Malcolm X walks, protest after protest after protest. Nothing. I don't see any good results. I don't see the dream that Martin Luther King spoke about. I don't see it. I still see the same Negroes, aka urban Indians, because that's who we are. Okay, I see a people that have been deceived and lied to and used in politics by foreigners. I've seen our people be divided by foreigners with politics. Get the black vote. You don't see these white people in our communities. They'll make their business to come in at one time and buy some little ice cream and give you a hot dog and a t-shirt as long as they got your vote. And then you don't see them no fucking more. All right? I'm tired of that. So I think we should make different moves as a people. We really should start not paying taxes, because we are Indians, not taxed. We're not supposed to be taxed, because prior to them, we didn't have a fiat system. That was not our system when they came here. When the Europeans came here, we didn't have a fiat system. That wasn't our system. So that's one of the reasons why we were Indian, not taxed, because our business was trading food and, with the neighbors, give this, the different, places on American landmass. We did a lot of trading on American landmass. We traded food and clothes, and skins from animals, different things like that. And they traded with us. We got rice from the Caribbean islands, sugar. We traded things. We did not use fiat. So when they created the Constitution, that was one of the things that they put in there, Indian, not taxed, because we didn't develop a taxing system. And because our tax dollars are not being applied to us, then and instead it's being sent over to European countries that we have no business with. Their descendants don't even speak and talk to us. They're here on our land living, and we don't have real relationships with them. So our tax dollars are going to their country. And that's not fair. It's wrong on every corner. And one of the things we need to press these politicians to do, look, no more taxes, because you're not doing anything in our communities. And all of us don't go to churches, because the church is no different than the damn street. It's a business. It's a 501c3. It's a nonprofit organization. And there, we don't want to join. Okay, we don't want to join those organizations. So we need to tell society to stop saying that they're our leaders, because they're not. They're not. Jesse Jackson's not our leader. He has his own state that he's from, that he was representing. Okay, I'm from Connecticut. Jesse Jackson and Al Sharpton was never my fucking representative in Congress. Okay, so the shit that they spoke about, they didn't speak on my behalf. I don't even like them. I don't like Jesse Jackson and Al Sharpton. I don't like them at all. I've never been to one of their gatherings. Matter of fact, we ran their asses out of Connecticut. So, I mean, and for them, you know, I'm 22 years old, and you're going to try to impose an African American race on me title? Excuse me. I was born in 66. How the fuck you're going to impose African American on me? I'm not from Africa. Nobody in my family is from Africa. We know nothing about Africa. That's not our country. And that doesn't mean that I hate Africans. Africans braid my hair. That doesn't mean that I hate Africans. It's just I'm not from there. And neither is anybody in my family. Just because I have brown skin doesn't mean I'm from that area. I learned about Africa when I watched the movie Roots. When I was growing up as a kid, there were no Africans in our hood. And I mean, I'm keeping that a buck. There were no Africans in my elementary school, middle school, or high school. And I graduated in 84 in Connecticut. There were no Africans living in my hood. So we didn't learn about Africans until we watched a movie called Roots. But just because we watched that movie doesn't mean that that's who we are. We have parents guiding us and letting us know who we are. We were not accepted as Indians from one white guy in Virginia. Walter Plecker was not my family's state register. So, but his thoughts were influential to the other 50 states. So, I mean, they've been placing racial identities on us for so long. I mean, they came here and we became these Negroes, because that's a Spanish word meaning blacks, because we're darker than them. And then we became Indians, and then we became coloreds, and then we became Afro-Americans. Okay, Afro. That's a fucking hairstyle that Michael Jackson wears. A big afro, and like the Foster Silvers, that's not a race. That's a physical description of people. So, I mean, these foreigners literally came here and imposed these identities on us. And I think that's wrong. These people came from a foreign land and called us Negroes. That means black in Spanish. And then they said we were Indians, when in fact we're Aboriginals, the people from this soil. We were here when they got here. Now, not everybody here is an Aboriginal. Just like everybody here is not an African. Everybody that's brown is not an African. So, to Walter Plecker's credit, yes, it is confusing to determine who is the Aboriginal, the Indian, and who's the goddamn Negro. Because now you let Africans in here and they sort of kind of have our features, but we never had a history of having slits on our face like Nigerians do, cut their face as a mark. We didn't do that to each other as Indians. And yes, I'm Indian red. Remember the Indian red crayon? Yo, go pick it up. That's my complexion. I mean, I can't begin to tell you the harm that this government has imposed on us. And then they are created a history to make you believe that Asian people with Asian features are the Indians of this soil. Well, maybe out in the West some damn where, but not the whole landmass. Not the whole damn landmass. Seriously. And this is just wrong. It's outright wrong what they're doing. It is. They're trying to take away our fucking freedom of speech. I'm going to always speak. I got a right to speak about what I want. Don't nobody have no control over me. Nobody fucking owns me. And they don't own you either. And it's fucking wrong, yo. Seriously. It's really time to check people at the fucking door. You know, I can't stand when people try to change me. Don't try to change me. That's the worst thing you could do to me. I'm like the worst person in the world when you try to change me and tell me how I should act. No, that's how you should act. That's how you should act, not how I should act. Really. Seriously. I'm not you, so I'm not going to act like you. No, you act like that. You speak like that. You talk like that. I'm not talking like that. I am a brown woman. As long as you can understand what the fuck I'm saying, then it shouldn't be no problems. If I make a complete sentence and you understand it, understand it. I wasn't raised to be under bowing and shit. No, that's not me. My mother made me hold my head up and she cursed when she said it. Keep your fucking head up. And I understand that. I do it to my daughter too. I understand that. I don't bow down. No, I won't do it. I'd rather stand there, hold my head and watch you die. I will not do it. Because see, I don't do evil to people. When I don't do, it's evil to people. And I have seen people drop fucking dead. That's been so fucking evil in my lifetime. Most people cry at funerals, but I think about how fucking evil they were. Only word I have is good fucking riddance. This person can no longer do evil and tell lies and make shit up on people. That's another dead one. Gone. That can't do it. And it's just fucking wrong, man. I'm serious. If I don't fuck with you and I don't bother you, I consider myself not doing nothing evil. I stay away. I stay away from evil and liars. But I like to look people in the eyes when they fucking lie to me, because I know that their time is going to be short. Now, you want to do hypotheses and theories? I've seen people that lie and do fucking evil not live long. Based on that, there's your hypothesis and theory. I seen them fucking die right after they leave. I do. Or they just get struck with evil shit. Seriously. This is why I don't deal with people, so I'm not worried about being nasty to them. It means I just stay the fuck away. Seriously. And that's it. As long as I respect you It should never be no problem. You're not getting anything more than respect from me. That's it. That's where I draw the line. You're only getting respect from me, and that's it. I owe you nothing else. I know I owe no human nothing else but respect, and that's it. That's it. Just respect. People always want a little bit more than respect. If you're looking for me to bow, you might as well just drop dead, because that ain't gonna happen. It's not. I'm at the age in my life where I just let people dig their own fucking pits, because what's done to me is already done to them. And that's what my grandmother's pretty much told me. She said, let people die in their own fucking sin or their own evil, because what they do to you is already done to them. That's what my granny told me. And it just makes sense to me. It makes sense. Don't do evil back to them. Just let them dig their own pit, because they're going to fall into it. That's what Granny told me. And I believe that. And it really helps me in all my life. It helped me a lot, because I grew up in a defensive community. And when you did evils, they just knocked the shit out of you. And that wasn't helpful, because you get yourself in trouble for knocking the shit out of somebody. Just let them dig their own pit, because when they're evil to you, it's already being done to them. And they're going to lose, because evil people dig their own pits. Evil and hateful people and liars dig their own pit. And I believe that to be true. So I just leave that right there. I just leave it right there, because that's where it's left to be. Shout out to Translated Theology, Indigenous Minds, Lady Moon, Rodney, Carlos. How y'all doing? T. Cortez, what's good? Bronze Flat Power, Yellowhammer Swakey, T. Cortez. Oh boy. Girly, hey beautiful. He took one of them gummies. With your pretty self. Shout out to everybody watching live. Oh, Alfonso Morris, how are you? I don't know if I'm missing anybody. Certified Sachi. Hey, love. Hey, Sachi. Oh, Kappa Aborigines. Anthony Lowe, Original Intellect. Hey, Big Dog. Bucky. CG Southwinds. Geechee. Hey. How'd you come up here and speak to me one? Girl Dad Cooking Up Delicious. Hey. How are you? Bad Saint. Hey, pretty girl. Bad Saint is really pretty, y'all. I seen her in live. She's so pretty. Black Wild Indian. I salute to you. Guys, got a lot of people up in here. Salute to everybody watching. Look at my boys trying to go horse. The devil's a liar. Hey, George. Damisha. Hey, pretty mama. Damisha. What's up? So let me now get into what I want to get into. I want to play one song because and I'm not trying to bring you to Sunday service. You know, I'm not. But it's like when you question something, people get overly offended. Hey, Shaq. Hey, Elise. So it's like when you question something, and that has always been the problem with our people. We can't have great dialogue. There's always something stopping the great dialogue, okay? Because of being upset. And I understand people spend years and years doing research, years and years, but you still got to question it. And if something, just because something doesn't make sense to you, it doesn't mean that the person is lying and showing fake information or lecturing something fake. It's just that when, you know, you got to feel the truth. You got to see it and understand it, because it looks different oftentimes, because you got to think logically about things. And that's a fact. I question everything. I don't have all the right answers. I could be wrong on all levels and a lot of shit. And I agree, I'm not perfect with my lecturing. And see, when I lecture, I don't like to debate. I rather just brainstorm and work together with you so we can come up with real answers and real solutions. Just because I lecture don't mean that I'm telling you the absolute truth. It's only what I've observed. Everything is based on my observations and using common sense and asking common sense questions. So when that happens, whether it's in church or anywhere, it's a defense. I want the people to stop defending and try and brainstorm with people. All my answers are not right either. But with modern technology, shit hit different. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm using Indian language for my colleagues, okay, that are watching, even the ones in DC, okay? When you go in Congress, all right, take these lessons, all right? I'm working with a multicultural community when I'm on my channel. There's 1,453 people watching live. They're from Twitter, they're from YouTube, they're from Facebook. We see one of my childhood friends come up here, and we played in the sandbox together. So they're watching all over. A lot of them won't speak, and I understand your position of not wanting to be exposed in YouTube because of your credentials and your title. And I have people of all races in here. Not everybody's a fucking racist, but they understand that I'm speaking with my community, and there's a certain way that we vibe in our community. And a lot of my choice words are not tasteful in one's eyes. And I'm sorry. Okay? I'm sorry. But I have to speak using the church choice words that my community is accustomed to understanding. So all I can say is, if it's not tasteful for you, then you should not be watching my channel, because I'm going to vibe comfortably with my community. This is my part-time job. This is not my life. It's my part-time job, and it's what I do for YouTube partner, and our newspaper. And this is what I do. And I happen to enjoy it because it's peace of mind. I'm able to vibe. So if you were multicultural, then you should listen and learn how we vibe with each other and understand. Yes, you can, Andre. If you're multicultural and you understand, never tell me that I'm not multicultural, because you don't know who the hell's watching my channel. I got Asians watching my channel. I got people of all races watching my channel. Seriously. Because I am multicultural, and people that know me personally. You don't. You just have poor judgment about me because you don't know me. So you make fucked up assumptions, and it's wrong, but you're going to get yours. You're going to get yours if you ain't already getting it. Because I'm not going to fight you. I'm not going to fight you. For real. I don't have to fight you. You need to fight yourself. I'm going to let you fight yourself. So let's get into I'm going to show you things. Like, I'm having this real big issue, and I have been, with the solar system. I have an issue with the sun. I have a SUN, the SUN. And it bothers me because when something bothers me all night, and I'm like, something's not right. I just got to be corrected in order for me to understand. Now, I understand that our ancestors were spiritual. They were just strictly spiritual. There was no Christianity involved on this landmass prior to the Europeans coming here. Our ancestors, our urban Indian ancestors now, because we weren't always in the hoods. We were in the hoods. We were everywhere across this landmass as a people. And that's a fact. But that's a whole nother story. But I do know one thing, that they were spiritual. And we still exercise a lot of the behaviors of our ancestors. We do. Our ancestors were very, very superstitious. I know that for a fact. I grew up in a very superstitious house. I'm serious. My grandparents, mama, everybody, and they still superstitious. I'm superstitious. For real. Your nose itch, a man want to see you. You see a black cat spit. All that kind of crazy shit. That's, we believe in spiritual. Evil spirits out the house, put up garlic balls. And my grandmother and them would go and visit witch doctors. Because they would go to a place called the Highlight. The Highlight, I don't know if anybody know what that is, but in Connecticut, it was some guys throwing this ball up against the wall, and they jump halfway up the damn wall, and it's like some kind of thing on their hand, and it got like a tennis ball in it, and it's really long, the tool that they have to play Highlight, and they throw it up against the wall, and they were numbers 1 through 9. Players would play each other, and my grandmother would go to witch doctor with her best childhood girlfriend, who happens to be her cousin. And they asked us would go to the witch lady and get oil and rub it on their arms and in their hands and on their face so that they could pick the great numbers to come out and Highlight. They did. They did not go to pastor and pray for a number to come out. They went straight to the lady, the voodoo lady, and got oil to rub it on their arms and hands, and then they would go to the Highlight and bet on numbers, just like betting on horse races. But instead, you're watching two guys play something like racquetball up against the wall and make bets, and said only they were not horses, they were men. And they would do that. They would go and get oil. Now, the shit didn't work because their asses always both came home broke from the gambling Highlight. And they were superstitious. These were not church ladies. My grandmother, they just was not. Everything was spiritual. So, and superstitious. So, me growing up as a kid, I always questioned stuff that just looks so fake and not real. And because modern technology shows different. If you're a person in the boomer era, okay, a lot of them, like my mother's a boomer. My mother's 75, and time has passed for them. And modern technology has advanced so fast to the point, my mother was always scared of computers. I had to work with her to work with computers because she called it a beast. She said, no, it's the big blue. It's the beast. Like it's a machine, like a television. And my mother just could not, to this day, she don't get with it. She'll play the little ball games, but that's, with older boomers. You have your younger boomer generation, you have your older one. My mother's an older boomer. Younger boomers are like 60, but between the age right now of 60 and 65. Those are the younger boomers. And you got the older ones that are between the ages of 70, 75. They're retired. The beautiful people. That's what I call them. The beautiful people. The innocent people. Because they did a lot of old-fashioned things, and you're not changing a boomer. And so I have a lot of respect for boomers. I do. I love how they think. I do. But we're the generation that began changing things technology wise, which is the X generation, and that's me. And now the millennials are out right after me, and they're just like, whew. And then these babies born in 2000, they're just like spiders with the computers all over. I mean, they have a whole new different way of communicating and socializing. That damn cell phone. That's how I know what generation you are based on the way you type in the cell phone. When I type in the cell phone, I cannot do it with my thumbs. I still do it like I'm typing on a typewriter. A typewriter. Because I grew up, I learned how to type on a typewriter. These kids did not learn how to type on typewriters. So it's different. So I love to see the generations progress. But anyway, let me get back into what I want to talk about. Now, the sun, the moon, the stars, all right, the human body, gas. Yo, I question this. I'm just going to read it. And then the Bible with the creation of the earth. Let there be light. Let there be this. Let there be water. Let there be that. I'm like, wait a minute. All right, back up. Hold up. If we're saying let there be light, who the hell put the light there? So now there's a defense coming. I'm like, this don't make no sense. Do you mean to tell me a being is going to say, let there be light? And now it's fucking light. Let there be waters and rivers. No. Who is he talking to? What did he say? Do it. It's obviously somebody that's going to make this happen. They're called fucking workers. This is why I have a problem. Now, I'm a flat earther. I do believe the earth is flat. I'm sorry. I am a flat earther. But I have a problem when it comes to the sun, the moon, and the stars, yo. And the human body. So now I want to get into that. Because remember, we got King James book, Genesis, of how the earth was created. And I just got a problem. I'm sorry. The question is always left out. Who put the sun in the sky? Who put the moon up there? And who put the stars up there? Yeah. I am the little kid in the class. Beth didn't have a good day today. She was rude. She spoke out. She didn't raise her hand. She was impatient. Yep, that was me. I don't like lies in that manner. So I'm going to ask you. I went as a little kid. I was so excited. I went to the planetarium. And of course, I had questions and you couldn't ask. Seriously. I love going to, but see, that has always been the problem. Beth, put your hand down. Well, I want to know. You can't force me to believe shit that I don't want to believe. All right? If the ancestors working with you, they're fucking working with me too. They're working with ancestors, work with everybody that wants to work with the ancestors. There's no one person that can't work and reach out to their ancestors, their dead ancestors. All right? We need to clarify that. This is why I don't like to debate. I rather brainstorm with you, not debate. But I'm going to ask my damn questions. And I'm going to tell you what don't make sense to me. So let's get into it, y'all. Let's go. Matter of fact, I'm going to play one little song and then we're going to get into it. Because I got a problem. I think the moon, the stars, the planets, all that shit is fake. And it's all on here on Earth. And they're telling you it's up in the sky. Ain't no damn body living in the sky. I'm not playing. And I don't believe I came from the sky. I don't believe I'm a star from the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. No. No. I have questions. And I want answers. And if the answer ain't setting to me right, it's because I don't feel you have the answer. Other people can believe you in your theories and your philosophies. But if I don't believe you, I don't believe you. And you got to respect that. And you can't force me to believe. I was already indoctrinated with bullshit. And I had to grow up and unindoctrinate myself. That's what I had to do. All right. So let me play one little song and then we're going to get into it because we're going to look at stuff from what I see. And maybe you can help me. All right. But I'm a flat earther. I do not believe the earth is round and I never will. So I'll be right back with my stuff. I'm going to show some overlays. Be right back.
My place like you do. Baby, don't stop. Got the key to the lock. We in our own zone. Make yourself at home. Get to know mine on the inside. You can meet at yours next time. And you feel it freshening. Lose control. You don't wanna go slow. For sure. We both already know your place is my place. Now my place is your place. Let's face it. Baby, you know all the places. Places. My place is your place. Your place. My place. Just face it. No one knows my places like you do. Your places like I do. My place like you do. Time's been moving slowly, so we already in too deep. Can't get no sleep on each other, heavy teasing all day. And when the sun sets, you asking me to come through, kick it with you. Night turn to morning dew. Then you feel it freshening, lose control. You don't wanna go slow. For sure, we both already know your place is my place. Now my place is your place. Let's face it. Baby, you know all the places. Places. My place is your place. My place. Your place. My place. Just face it. No one knows my places like you do. Your places like I do. My place like you do.
All right. I got to turn the music off. Okay, y'all. I'm coming. I'm back here. Taking a good sip of water. And I'm ready. So let me do my first overlay. Shout out to everybody in the chat room. Hey, Dave. Let's see. The real Tauntonist. How you doing? My Lisa. Hey, baby girl. David M. with your crazy butt. Original intellect. What's up? Let me see. Just want to do my overlay first. All right. Which is the first overlay? All right. Here we go. Oh, I think I'll read this first. I better do this first. It makes more sense because then you'll know what I mean. Here we go. And I'm not giving no Bible lesson. I'm just telling you, I'm talking about the, you see. You see. Now it says, in the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. And the earth was without form. It was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. And the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. And God said, let there be light. And there was light. So that's your damn sun and your moon. And God saw that the light, that it was good. And God divided the light from the darkness. And God called the light day, and the darkness he called night, and the evening and the morning were the first day. And God said, let there be a firmament in the middle of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters. All this let. Okay? Let this happen, right? Somebody got to be doing this. Who is he talking to? Or if he, I don't know if God is a he or she. And God made the firmament and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament. And it was so. So there's waters down and up. And God saw the firmament heaven, called the firmament heaven. And the evening and the morning were the second day. And God said, let the waters under the heaven be gathered together unto one place, and let the dry land appear. And it was so. Okay, now let the water come to one place and let the dry land appear. That sounds like making a damn dam, moving it so the dry land could be here. And God called the dry land earth. Okay, so we on the earth. And the gathering together of the waters called seas. And God saw that it was good. And God said, let the earth bring forth grass, the herb yielding seed, and the fruit tree yielding fruit after its kind, whose seed is in itself upon the earth. And it was so. So now we got planting going on here. Okay, because we're going to get grass. We got some fruits coming up, which comes some seeds. Somebody's doing this work. These are orders to do jobs. I'm looking at it for modern day. This is not me in third grade Sunday school where they gave it to you for what it really is. Fairy tales. Some pastors still give fairy tale stories and you can't question them. And I'm tired of that shit. That's why I don't go. And the earth brought forth grass and herb yielding seed after its kind. We've been farmers since God. Bottom line. We've been farmers since God. That's one thing that's clear. Our Indian asses been farmers since God. We've been slaving in the field since God. Because in order for the seeds to grow, the fruit to grow, you got to plant them shits. Who's doing that? And the evening and the morning were the third day. And God said, let there be lights in the firmament above the heaven, divide the day. We already read that. And God made two great lakes, the great lights. All right. And God made two great lights, the greater light to rule the day, which is the sun, and the lesser light to rule the night. And that's the damn moon. He made the stars also. Okay. All right. We're getting where I want to go. And God set them in the firmament of the heaven to give light on the earth, and to rule over the day and over the night, and to divide the light from the darkness. And God saw that it was good. And in the evening and the morning were the fourth day. And God said, let the waters bring forth abundantly the moving creature that has life, and fowl that may fly above the earth in the open firmament. So now we done made some animals that creatures that have life, and fowl that may fly above the earth. Those are birds and shit. And God created whales and every living creature that moves, which the waters brought forth abundantly after their kind, and every winged fowl after its kind. And God saw that it was good. And God blessed them, saying, be fruitful and multiply, and fill the waters and the seas, and let the fowl multiply the earth. Now you're talking to animals, telling them to multiply and be fruitful and all this other stuff. So these, I'm getting there. And the evening and morning were the fifth day. And God said, let the earth bring forth the living creature after its kind, cattle and creeping thing, and the beasts of the earth after its kind. And it was so. All right. We get the drift here. And then he made man, the beast. All right. That's enough. That's enough of that. So you get the drift. Now we're going to get to the part where the little student, Bethy, has questions. Here we go. The sun is made up of hydrogen and helium, with the sun's composition being 92.1% hydrogen and 7.9% helium by mass. The remaining 0.2% is made up of oxygen, carbon, neon, nitrogen, and heavier elements like iron. The sun also contains small amounts of other elements such as magnesium, silicon, and sulfur. Now that's the sun. Those are all chemicals I just read to you. So somebody had to make the sun. So you mean tell me you can get hydrogen, helium, oxygen, carbon, neon, nitrogen, and iron, and then magnesium, silicone, and sulfur, and you can make a damn sun. Those are the ingredients you need. I'm looking at stuff with a normal eye. That's how you make a sun. We have chemists that use all of these different types of chemicals. So this is why I said, well, okay, so somebody made the damn sun. Because how you going to get to the sun as hot as it's supposed to be? Chicken fried grease hot. All right? Chicken fried grease hot. Chicken fried grease hot. How you going to get to the sun to get these damn elements out of what comes out the sun? Fried chicken grease hot. Somebody made the sun. Because God said, let it be light to rule over the day. So now somebody who was working, they must have been chemists, said, all right, I'll make light. I'm not bullshitting. This is what it looks like to me today versus being a little girl in the 70s reading in school books. It made no sense to me. So I just thought God made it and that's it. Somebody made this with all these chemicals. I don't care if nobody don't believe me. Hey, guy, I'm just going with what my brain sees and how it makes sense to me. Chemists, you go in any hospital, you see all these. Some of this shit is in your medicine, especially magnesium, milk magnesium. Somebody made the sun. I'm sorry, somebody made it. Now, the question is whether it's really up there or down here and made to look like it's up there. Because don't certain chemicals evaporate at some point and they need to keep it add on to it? Because shit evaporate in the sky. So I can't say that these chemicals last up in the sky all these thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands, millions of years and not evaporate. Get out of here, yo. I'm not playing with the little school stories. I'm asking common sense questions. The moon, now we're going to go to the moon, is a rocky body with a combination of metallic substances found within the layers of its surface. While the moon is mostly made of iron, other metals found on the moon are magnesium, aluminum, silicon, titanium, gold, silver, and mercury. Yo, do not play with me. They have the damn near the same chemicals as in substances as the sun, minus the gold, the silver, and the mercury. And this rules in the night. Somebody else made the damn moon. Chemists, same stuff you find in medicines. This is the question that I ask because it makes sense to me. I do look, you're not going to sit here and tell me just God made the sun and the light. Come on, you got to have help. That let there be light, let there be this. Those are orders being given to somebody. All right, this place is dark as hell. It's messed up. It's void. Ain't shit up here. We got to do some work. It's just dark and void, nothing here. So let's put a sun up. Let's put a moon up. Now we got to make the damn stars. Stars are made of hot gas, mostly hydrogen and helium, with some other elements. Stars are about 98% hydrogen and helium, the two lightest elements in the universe. They also contain small amounts of other elements like carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, and iron. All that shit is in our bodies. Yeah, I get it. But wait a minute. Every star has its own life cycle, ranging from a few million of trillions of years, and its properties change as it ages. Yo, this is what they're saying how the stars was made. Now, it's saying that the stars are made of hot gas. All right. So I went and said, well, what the hell is gas made up of? It says gas is made up of plant and animal matter. That's shit. Plant and animal matter. Now, they tell you gas can't be made in the laboratory. It takes millions of years for these fuels to form gradually from buried and decaying organic material. Also, fossil fuels need high pressure and high temperature to form, which cannot be produced in the laboratory. Now, you're telling me that gas is made out of animal shit and plant shit. Okay? I asked, what is animal matter that you can make gas? Animal matter is any material that comes from or is made by a living animal, such as hair, fur, skin, feces, that shit, shell, blood, and fluids, feathers, honey, flesh, and bone. So you put a dead animal in the ground, and that ass is going to make some damn gas. Put it in the ground when it's dead, and that's what it comes from. That's what it says. Gas is made up of plant and animal matter. So I went and said, well, what the hell is animal matter? And boom, this is what it is. You let the shit die off, you bury it. It's in the ground because you can't make it in the laboratory. So you're getting it from the ground. A dead animal and plants. Now, what is plant matter? Plant matter is organic matter made up of remains of feces of plants. I didn't even know plants had feces, which are composed of organic compounds. These compounds can also be created by chemical reactions that don't involve life. The basic structures of organic matter are made up of cellulose, gluten, tannin, linen, along with other carbohydrates, proteins, and lipids. Yo, they test you in a hospital for your lipids and shit. Let me stop this for a minute. Okay, because I'm about to take you where I'm going with this. Let me stop this for a second. Fair use. The largest component of natural gas is methane, a compound with one carbon atom and four hydrogen atoms. Natural gas also contains smaller amounts of natural gas liquids, NGLs, which are also hydrocarbon gas liquids, and non hydrocarbon gases, such as carbon dioxide and water vapor. Now, we just learned what the sun consists of, what the moon consists of, and what the stars are made of. That shit freaked me out. Hot gas, hydrogen, and helium. And when you go, a star is made of hot gas. So I'm like, all right, gas is made from plant and animal matter. And then you got animal matter and plant matter. We learned what stars are made out of. So now, let me move to the next one because I'm not finished because all this is going to make sense in a minute. Now, we're going to jump to the human body because we're talking about how things are made. So the sun, the stars, and moon, they're all masses. And we are masses as humans. The human body is made up of 11 essential elements, which make up about 99% of its mass. Oxygen, carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, calcium, a major element. Phosphorus, a major element. Sulfur, 85% of the body's mass. Potassium, of the body's mass, 85%. Sodium, 85% of the body's mass. Chlorine, 85% of the body's mass. And magnesium, the least common non-trace element. But trace elements make up 0.15% of the body's mass. Same shit that the sun and the moon and the stars were made with. I get it. I get it. All right. Cool. So now that's the body. So we pretty much got the same shit that the sun, the moon, and the stars is made with. So I get what Brother Sanchez is saying. I do. But I don't believe that shit is up in the sky. I believe it's controlled here. Who's going to take a trip to update the sun? Because I read all the chemicals that it's made from. Remember, God said, let there be light. Now, I believe man is controlling the sun, the moon, and the stars. And I don't believe the stars are the stars. Not in the sense that it's being told. Because now, here's a star in the sky, what it looks like, okay, under when you using a telescope. That's how a star looks. Okay? And it's just out in the air. I don't believe they're stars. I don't. I do not believe that those are stars. And I'm going to tell you why. Because it looks like a camera. I think all what you've been told that stars are actually cameras. Look at that star in the middle where the dot is, and then it's like a little clear ball over it. I don't believe it's a star. It's like a little clear ball. just sitting out there, and every one of them are in the sky. You got to watch for your enemies. I'm not playing. Now, you see the little ball in the middle. Give me a 1 if you see the little ball in the middle. This little ball, I don't know if you can see my you probably can't. You see this little ball right in the middle. It's a little dot in the middle, and then around it is like a glossy thing. Yeah, it looks like an eye too. It got a dot, a white dot circle in the middle, and then around it is like a glossy thing, like your eyeball. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But now I said, now wait a minute. All right, good. I'm glad y'all can see that. Because now we're gonna look at a goddamn camera. Same shit. I don't care. That's exactly what a star looks like. Damn camera. I don't see no difference in the two. Only it was showing it at night. Ain't nothing but cameras. It looks like cameras. I'm sorry. All them stars look like cameras. Look at them together. Same shit. Cameras. Little ball. I'm sorry. It just looked like it. It looks like little. It looks like cameras. I don't believe that all these little gas balls is in the sky. We all be dead. That's what that's what I was trying to ask Brother Sanchez. But it's hard to talk to Brother Sanchez on his panel because he got so many people on the panel with him. And it's hard to get in touch with him. And this is what I was trying to explain to him. That's all. It don't look like I'm looking at it from a modern day view. That shit don't look real out there, man. It looks like a bunch of cameras. And when you look at stars, they twinkle. And that to me is a flash. So do cameras. Y'all can laugh all y'all want, but I'm sorry. This does not look, it looks the same. A camera on the wall and a camera out in space. They got the same white thing around it, right? White thing around here. I know you probably can't see me. White thing around here and around the camera, mounted to the wall, and then the little ball that pokes out. And the same shit over on the right side, the star. It got its little white thing where it's mounted to something, and then the little ball in there, like an eye watching your ass. That's where they got it. I don't care. It looks weird to me. It looks weird. And I can't have this kind of conversation with Brother Sanchez because it'd be a lot of people on the panel and everybody want to ask some questions. So it's kind of hard to have these kind of conversations with him because he be having like 30 and 40 people on his panel live and everybody got questions and it's hard. And then you get cut off and stuff. So I'm just putting out here what I think. I read to you what it said. A um uh I asked what um now if you look what compound is used in the camera, I'm like, yo, it says um a compound AGBR is used in photography. 3 silver compound used in photography as silver chloride, silver bromide, and silver iodide. and it's made up with plastic and metal materials. I don't know. Now, what chemicals are used in photography? The commonly, hang on one second. Let me put this damn thing down. I want to do a share screen. The chemicals, the most commonly used chemicals, what chemicals are used in photography? The most commonly used chemicals are acetic acid, ammonium sulfate, ammonium thiosinate, ammonium thiosulfate, bromine, potassium bromide, citric acid, oh, I ain't even gonna try to pronounce it, dialenthrium. Everything is chemical, it's acidy. The ethylene tetraacetate, ferric, what is this? Ammonium salt of EDTA, glycoethers, hydrocarbon solvents, and hydroxylamine. Yo, I look. This is why I be questioning stuff. I'm sorry. It looks like cameras. It looks like cameras out in space. And I'm, with looking at the way modern technology is done, I mean, I say, okay, it's being controlled from here. It has to be. The sun, the moon, the stars, all controlled from here. How do you control a star from here? Because it's a fucking camera and you can. How do you control the sun from here? Because it's chemicals and you can. Yo, the order came from here to make it. The order came from here to make these things. I just read it to you in their book on what they teach us on how it's here. And I don't believe that the stars predate man. No. Our bodies are made with the same things. I do not believe that the stars were here before man. Because remember, a man gave an order to make this shit. A man gave an order to make the stars, the moon, the sun, the waters, all this stuff. So how is the stars going to predate man when a man was here to give the order to make it? Or a woman, because I don't know if God's a woman or a lady. And I'm not trying to be difficult, but you got to question everything at the table. I can't stick to one belief of something. This is why the question was raised, does man predate the stars? How is that going to happen when man was here giving orders to create it? Come on now. So either the Bible's lying or, and I do believe that our ancestors are still millions of years ahead in technology because they're not giving you nothing until they are a couple of thousand years ahead. Like the damn cell phone. I believe we was using cell phones back then too. How you gonna get a message across from one side of the earth to the other? We just don't know. Anytime the government wants you to have something, you better believe they got something more modern that freaks you out. And it was us the whole time doing this shit. They released cell phones like back in the early 80s. They already had them. So I do believe that our ancestors was dealing with some serious technology. They had to be in order to create the sun, the moon, the stars, and the waters. Because I mean, like, if you're God and you're giving an order for all this to be created, you're talking to people to do it. He ain't do it by himself. And they make you, as a little child, believe God said, "Let there be light," and it's just because He said it, it happened. Yeah, it happened, but somebody did it. All the fruit and the trees and the land and the seeds, somebody had to be there to plant them. We've been farmers forever. I'm sorry. That's what I was trying to talk about on Brother Sanchez channel. But you got so many arrogant, one-minded ass people. One-minded, and everybody answers right. My answer is not right. I'm just using some damn modern technology, common sense. These are things that we can have nice discussions about instead of sitting on panel saying, "Nigga, I'll pull up and shoot your ass." These are what you call having great conversations, great dialogue. I don't need to kill nobody over the damn moon and the stars. So we should be able to have decent conversations about this. That's the problem. That's always been the heavy problem in our community. We keep living by fairy tales. We keep exercising fairy tale minds. We were all, I don't give a damn who you are. We were all gifted with common sense. Use it. So this is why I said I don't believe what you see in the sky is actually there. Now, Brother Sanchez teaches, flat earth, and I salute him for that because I'm always there and always on the front line to listen because I love his lecturing. But for me being a student, there's always questions that I have, and I like to have great dialogue. But I don't like nobody to force me to believe something because as long as there's a goddamn computer and a camera, I'm never ever going to believe that this shit is just sitting out in space and it's not what I think it is. But on a telescope, the shit look like a camera's out there. Who you think they watching? The Pentagon, everything is a secret. Everybody can't get in there. And if you jump like you want, like you a frog, your ass disappear. Because that's top notch secret. I believe the shit is controlled right here. If the order was given from here to create it, then it's being controlled from here. That's how I see it right now. That eclipse is cap. Cap. How the hell you know the exact day an eclipse is going to happen and the times it's going to happen in every damn state? Get your ass out of here. I'm sorry. See, people like to live with the fairy tales and don't like to let their brain expand and ask questions. But this is what this damn star looked like to me. And then it's engraved in something that's keeping it out there. And like I said, I don't believe it's out there. I believe it's being controlled from here and it's manipulated to be out there. So it just looks different to me. And I'm not saying that I'm right. I could have it all wrong. But there ain't nothing wrong with accident. But the way we learned about the creation of the earth is from the Bible. Everybody walking around here learned about this from the Bible. So that shows you everybody was forced to learn it. Um, I'm gonna ask in the chat because there's some people that just literally didn't go to church. But can you please let me know in the chat room, where did you learn about the creation of Earth? Where did you learn from? I'm gonna start from me. This is where I learned from. And be real. I learned about the creation of the earth from the Bible. I did not learn about the creation of earth in elementary school, middle school, or high school. I didn't. And nobody talked about it. And if they talked about it, it was always from a biblical perspective. It was never from a school perspective. That's how you know we had poor education. I learned from the Bible too. And it was just always spoke about one person talking, God, and he was referred to as being a man, not a woman. We didn't learn about a woman in the Bible until Eve was created. Yeah, that's where I learned too. So that's the education that shows you the level of our education in our inner cities across the state. That's poor education. We learned about the creation of the earth from the Bible, not from school. Not in our hoods. Maybe in the suburbs. I didn't live in the suburbs. So you become adults and you educate yourself and you question things. I don't believe in hypotheses and theories. That's bullshit. That's how you get fucked up medicine. As soon as I see the side effects, it's a wrap. It's going in the garbage. This will fix your liver, but you might get this. Hell no. I don't want a shit bag. As soon as I see the side effects, well, damn. I got a headache, but if I take this is these are side effects. Drowsiness, dizziness, blurred eyes. The fuck I want to be able to see. So I don't everything is done by tests and studies. So I said, okay, if that's the case, I got to find out on my own. I got to use common sense. So I don't believe that I'm a star from up in the sky and came down and my dad's dick, penis, okay, I'll use a nice choice word. And it was I understand a star is a flashlight, but to me that's a camera. We're beings. Sperm is white. And that's the only way of creating a human I know, other than what the hell they're doing in the lab, because you don't know. And I'm not even going to go there. That's a whole nother segment. But until I can be convinced differently, right now, those stars are cameras to me. Thousands of cameras. And it's been passed down to the next generation. Did God ever die? We were always taught no. Now you got a question. Okay, if he's not dead, he's still giving orders. Only people I know that give orders right now like that is the government. Pentagon. They teach you what they want you to know in college, and it's never the truth. This is why we have so many indoctrinated men that just make me sick. I don't care if a college professor teaches. He's indoctrinated in his own teachings. I question everything. I don't believe nothing unless I got to convince myself to believe it. And that comes from studying, asking questions, observing, because I don't believe shit. Too old for that. But as a people, as Indians, and there were treaties to provide us with education. But come on, what kind of education did we have in our inner city hoods? And still to this day, horrible, horrible. Everybody's not a teacher because everybody can't teach. I question everything, and you're supposed to. And the very people that tell you to ask questions are the very ones that get offensive with you. They get erratic. They get angry. Look, I'm not one to believe everything I hear. I respect it, but I don't have to accept it. But I'm sorry. I'm a flat earther. I do not believe that we live in a damn globe. We should all be dizzy based on the earth spinning on its axis. Little kitty stories that they told us in school, yo. They forced us to believe that the earth is round, and we were not allowed to question it. They had the round globe, okay? They had the round globe in the classroom, and they taught us latitude and longitudes. Yet they make maps, which is on a flat surface. That's how I know this earth is not round, it's flat. The answer, if it wasn't flat, why are you making a map in order to give direction? Why is the map flat? So you take the globe and you flatten it out and you know exactly where everything is. You know, they taught us all that. I remember that as being little. The earth spin on its axis, the equator, the North Pole, the South Pole, all this stuff. Then you grow up and say, well, okay, now I got questions. Because that looked like a damn camera to me up in the sky. It keeps twinkling and twinkle, and it looks like a flash to me. That's exactly what it looks like. And then when they kill me. Oh, they really kill me. When they show a picture of the earth is round. Ain't nobody been up above the damn sun to take, oh my goodness. And I don't believe nobody went on the moon. I don't believe that. That black guy they killed back in the day because he jumped up and said, it's fake. It's not real. And then they hit him in the head, talking about he was crazy and know what he was talking about. I don't believe that people land on the moon and put a flag on. I think that's some damn where down in Mexico or Arizona on a little bumpy road. That's why I believe in flat earth. And it makes you're make you think that the moon is round. To me, what I see, where the order came from to create the moon, the sun, the stars, for one will rule during the day and one will rule during the night. If the order came from here, then it's being controlled from here. You don't just make something, leave it in the sky, and it stays there. It's being controlled from here. How you gonna give an order from here, right? How you gonna give an order from here, and nobody has control over it? How could you put something out in the sky, and you're told to put it out there? Because you want to see light. It was put there. I can't make my head and brain come together to think, let there be light. Okay, boom, there's light. Something was done to make that light be out there. The order came from here. I believe the stars, the sun, and the moon, all of it on Earth is just out in space. But is it really in space? Is it being controlled from a lab and depicted, manipulated to be in the sky? From a lab, you're controlling the sun. You can't make gas in a laboratory, but leave it outside in space. I'm not playing. I have time for game. These are the things we need our men and women to research on, getting you involved of the unnatural and natural things of your soil. You've been dumbed down and the information hasn't been passed down to you. It's been stolen and it's a wrap. These are conversations we need to have in our community. You need to get involved with your land. We've been farmers since God, because he said the trees to plant the fruit and multiplying all these animals was made and stuff. This is why I said all this stuff don't predate man, because somebody named it. If the stars if the stars was here before man was here, how did it get his fucking name? Who named him? So the man was born and then he named the stars? Nah. Stop it. It was an order given. How an order was given to make the light in the day. So man had to be here. It was an order given to make it. Order given to make the waters and let the dry land. Now, I do believe things are naturally produced. But come on, y'all. We have to think better. We have to think better. Now, I'm not saying my answer, I could be all wrong with my little camera, but that's what it looked like to me, the stars. I could be all wrong, but these are conversations to have. We don't need to fight about it. We need to think about it. These are better things to think of rather than to kill each other every day. Instead of having a shootout, have a great discussion and learn about your soil. Because now I didn't know plants shitted, plant feces, and all that good stuff. These are things we need to learn. These are called great conversations. I realize there's master teachers out there or folks that consider themselves master teachers, and that's fine. You should stand on your great hard work. But goddamn, I'm still going to question. I'm talking to my community. These are things we need to talk about. Trades, everything's been taken away from you. You've been dumbed down and put in public school systems and taught wrong. Trades wasn't passed down from you, from your ancestors, your asses in the hood, you Negroes and Negrettes. You should know how to melt metal and make things, you should learn. You should know how to make everything. We're in the hood now. We don't do the things we used to do. We used to pick cotton. We used to do all that. We've been dumbed down from it. These are things you want to learn. That's all I have today, guys. So I'm going to open the piano, and if you want to talk about it, you're welcome to come up here and talk about it. Seriously, I could have it all wrong, but I don't think I got it all wrong, though. I don't think I got there's some truth in what I'm saying, and all the rest could be wrong. I could be 50% right and 50% wrong. I could be 10% right and 90% wrong. Seriously, I could be wrong. Think you can't touch this, but it's something to talk about. So I'm gonna open the piano, and if no one wants to come up, I'll just let you chat, and amongst yourselves in the chat, that's fine too. But I really like to hear what you might have to say. You're welcome. The piano is now open, and here's the link. And I'll play music and wait. If no one wants to come up, that's cool too. I understand. Not everybody like to come on pianos, but I don't mind hearing from you. So the link is in the chat, and I'll wait for you.
Baby, don't stop. Got the key to the lock. We in our own zone. Make yourself at home. Get to know mine on the inside. Can meet at yours next time. And you feel it freshening. Lose control. You don't wanna go slow. For sure. We both already know your place is my place. Now my place is your place. Let's face it. Baby, you know all the places. My place is your place. Your place is my place. Just face it. No one knows my places like you do. Your places like I do. My place like you do. Time's been moving slowly, so we already in too deep. Can't get no sleep on each other, heavy teasing all day. And when the sun sets, you asking me to come through, kick it with you. Night turn to morning dew. Then you feel it freshening, lose control. You don't wanna go slow. For sure, we both already know your place is my place. Now my place is your place. Let's face it. key through the lock, we in our own zone. Make yourself at home, get to know mine on the inside. We can meet at yours next time. And you feel refreshing. Lose control. You don't wanna go slow, for sure. We both already know your place is my place. Now my place is your place. Let's face it, baby. You know all the places. My place is your place. Your place is my place. Just face it. No one knows my places like you do. Your places like I do. My place like you do. Time's been moving slowly, so we already in too deep. Can't get no sleep on each other, heavy teasing all day. And when the sun sets, you asking me to come through, kick it with you.